Perfect, because we're live now. Now we're live. Now we're live. I hope. If
There we
somebody
go.
Is it working?
I think so. Yeah. I think
Okay.
Let me check.
I was telling Matt just now. I clicked go live on my end because people will blame Matt, and I'll let everybody blame Matt, and that's great. But my laptop decided it wanted to freeze the minute I hit go live. I love that. And with that, Matt, as we always joke about it, the technical difficulties continue, and we're pros. And
keeping us on our toes here.
So, do you want to do the new thing first and get that out of the way?
So, while you were gone, the 3 minutes I was on there, I did the card corner.
Oh, that's even better. So we're gonna redo that, but I want to do the other thing that we were rehearsing, or you were rehearsing, I should say, with somebody else. So
yep. So last week we had a special guest, and I got several people feedback that they loved it. So we're going to officially have a segment every week called Max's Minute. So we got Max. He's going to come in, share some thoughts on some of the game. He caught some clips. He was homesick on Saturday, so he didn't get to join in for the game. But then also maybe some thoughts on the upcoming matchup against Maryland too. So Max, come on in, bud. And leave that there. Just walk in. You can stand next to
it. I guess I'll leave my screen. Yeah. Also, Dad, you didn't put your background.
Oh, I got to put the background.
This is perfect. This is exactly how I thought this should go tonight. So,
all right. What are you rocking? Show everybody. Yeah, you're 22, signed. Yep, there you go. His guy, and I think he's tuning in right now too. Anyways, so I know you didn't get to catch the whole game because you're homesick, but we talked a little bit about the game. You watched some clips. What are some thoughts you had about the game?
So we definitely did better on the 10-man ride.
Yep. What are some other stuff that you thought was cool or good?
So something that I've been thinking about. It's not really that fair because SU have the dome and the other people don't. So they don't play as much games as SU.
Oh, yeah?
So I
like it.
Like they should sometimes, if it's going to get delayed, SU should let them move into the dome.
They've done that before.
But the problem is basketball.
Yep. So it's hard for them to schedule that. Yeah. They've done that a couple of times with Lemoyne. That's right down the road. They've come and played at SU when the weather's been bad. Nice. Do you have anything you want to say about Friday?
I'm just really excited.
Yep. Hopefully people show up and cheer on them on because it's going to be a big game.
Hopefully I can go. Just glad hope I'm not sick.
Yeah, all right.
Still.
You already sound better.
I'm definitely better because I have lots of energy.
Yep. You do lots of energy. But yeah, we want people to go and show up, right? Because it's remember what I told you? It's a 1-2 matchup, right? Because you saw the replay. Because Maryland's 1 and we moved up to 2, right? So it's going to be a big matchup. So, all right. Anything else you want to add before you go to bed?
No, not really.
Okay. All right. Love you, bud. We'll see you in the morning.
Matt, don't look at the YouTube comments. That's all I'm going to tell you.
Go ahead. Go.
I don't know if I'm assuming you know who that is.
That's Tim. Yep.
Yeah. All right. So you want to do your repeat card corner since you did a solo.
Bye, bud. Go to bed.
And Max is good.
Next week. Yep. You'll join next week. Okay.
So repeat card corner.
I told Dan that I had just given him NyQuil so we can go to bed, and I'm like, I don't know how this kid has so much energy. All right. So I did this on take 1, but take 2. So Dan had asked me last week, do you have anything for card corner? And I said, I'm waiting for a big package to come in the mail. I posted it on social media. I'm sure some folks saw it, but now I got to return my background back off. Hold on.
Did it work without? Was it?
So it's a Hiltz. And it's a rookie insert called Highly Anticipated, and it's a 1 of 1. So this is the only version of this card in existence. So pretty dang cool. I was really excited to get this in the mail and add it to the collection.
I have
previous record of how much I've spent on an individual card. I will not get into details about that, but
I have a dumb card question that maybe will help you explain it for the other people watching.
Yep.
What makes that a 1 of 1?
So here I will pull out the other cards and show an example.
Yeah, that's I'm setting you up for this card corner. I learned something. I thought I learned something when my whole stuff was spinning and I couldn't see anything or hear anything.
So the big, I guess, gimmick you could call it with sports cards is they make things serialized and numbered so that it creates like scarcity, right? So a regular card looks like this.
Yep.
Where there's no extra anything on it.
Yep.
And then you'll notice in comparison, this one, see how it has the yellow square in the top? And you'll notice, let me take it out of the sleeve.
Yeah, the sleeve is worse than your background. I'm not even trying to be.
So you'll see there it's number 25 out of 50. So this one is considered a yellow numbered to 50. So it has this special yellow in the serialized numbering. And then, and this is one of the points that the rest of us card collectors have made. There's not enough difference between these because this is essentially yellow and then dark yellow. They call this gold.
Right. Well,
yeah. So that's why this one is special. And they do that with the regular cards too, where they'll have numbered, like there's blue is numbered to 99 and what is it? Yellow's to 50. They've got black to 25, red to 10, and then they do a green that's to 2, where the 1 of 2 goes in the packs, and then the 2 of 2 actually goes to the player themselves. So that's kind of a cool thing.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's why that one's special, because it is that numbered to 1 of 1.
Yeah.
So that's the only version of that specific colored version. So
before we get started, there's a YouTube comment that I saw on the first episode.
What was that?
I'm going to read it out to you.
Okay.
And it's actually, no, it's a positive thing. It's not a terrible thing. Trust me. This isn't like I'm going to butcher this whole thing. It cannot be emphasized enough that no game is a gimme. The level of talent in college lacrosse is sky high on every team. If Cuse fans are going to adopt the burn the boats mentality, then every game, every quarter, and every possession is going to have to matter. Let's get it together, Cuse Nation. I love that comment. I will just flat out. I love that. And the burn the boats thing, at least in my brain, was a title joke last week, because that we first heard about it in the presser. None of us knew.
Yeah.
And now I'm trying to adopt it. It's like the next game mentality. I think that's where it comes from, if we want to just call it what it is.
It's like a further of what they did last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A next step. And it leads us into this week, right? Well, I should say it's this week. Obviously, St. Joe's. There isn't a big game Friday, right? Like there's just normal game on Friday. My brain is all flustered now that everything messed up. Let's talk about St. Joe's, though. So you were there. I watched it after. Unfortunately, my job.
I rewatched it this morning on my phone while I scanned papers at work, too, so I could watch the broadcast.
Okay, there you go. All right, so the first thing I noticed is Drew Angelo can win faceoffs.
Yeah.
I don't. Last week it was a negative. That's my. And then this week, he wins a faceoff. He wins 5. I think it was 5. I think he won 5 out of 8.
Yep, he did. Yep.
And then he scores a goal. I'm like,
yep.
Ooh. Are we developing a backup faceoff guy? Are we finally getting Drew Angelo that we wanted last year, or that we wanted last week? I'll just say it that way. Like, if he can go
ahead.
30%. I don't want to set the number too high. I'm okay with 30.
Yeah. So what was my point going to be? Shoot, I lost it.
You forgot everything. It's okay.
No, I completely just lost it. I don't know. Anyways, but yeah, no, he was, I think one of the storylines for this week compared to last week was like bounce backs, right? Like, so he was one, and then Finn was the other one, right? Like, Well, you can get into that in a minute, but like it was, it was nice to see Drew do really well. And then, I know what my point was. I know that St. Joe's typically is not a good face-off team, like they weren't last year.
Right.
It's not showing signs they're going to be all that great this year either. But that's just what, like, for a kid like that who has struggled and is still only a sophomore, like, that's the kind of game he needs to get some momentum, get some confidence. Okay, the moves that I'm doing are working. Now I just got to fine tune them, maybe make them a little sharper, a little faster, and then it's gonna start hopefully snowballing. Because like you said, he's gonna have to take a couple here and there.
Yeah, and
so
I mean that's my biggest thing. The obvious thing is clears. Johnny did okay. I'm not gonna. Johnny's Johnny. Like at this point, unless Johnny
implodes.
Like I'm not gonna.
He struggled at the start too. Like he lost the first few, and that was like one of the things at the beginning was like, everything is going well for Syracuse except the faceoffs.
Yeah,
and he got into his groove and he was okay. But that was nice when he struggled. Drew came in and won a couple. So hopefully this does create this 1-2 punch that we had been hoping for. So it will. I mean, time will tell. This coming week is a big face-off matchup for us because Dodge, the transfer from Vermont's really good, but we'll get to all that stuff in a little bit. But
I was gonna say I'll go most negative from the first week to the next most negative. That's where my brain is going, and then we're gonna switch to the most positive.
Sure.
And more positive. So the next most negative is obviously the clears. We can play this game. The biggest adjustment what I saw was Joey coming down in the box, and I absolutely love that because first of all,
the LSM down.
They sent the LSM down. First of all, I love that as an adjustment because Joey is a Dodger. I know somebody's going to clip this. Somebody's going to say Joey can't dodge to get to the goal. Joey can dodge to get across midfield. Okay, I know he dodged the game and got the goals, but he was able to dodge, and he gives you a speed guy. Or it doesn't matter if it's Joey. I still want Wyatt there. I still want Wyatt in the middle. Somebody quick enough to get past everybody, or somebody just turn and run, run. But they were able to put the LSM down in the offensive zone, and you saw the difference, right? The LSM in the first week was. I don't know, not scared. Scared's not the right way to say it, but they just weren't looking to move the ball. And
well, you could tell overall too that it was almost like that first game we got the jitters out, right? Like of clearing it when we're facing that, and then we're like, all right, we know what we're doing now. We've gone through it once. Let's take a second and relax. And then like I noticed too that just overall people were moving more. Like several of the clears. The attackman was coming towards the defensive end and caught the ball on the run, right? Like, so not that like, okay, we've gotten in our positions, everybody stay there. Like there was more moving parts, which that's what helps you break that is not standing still and stagnant. So, and finally buried one. That was nice.
Right. And that's the thing. Like they just looked. I think the rust is a good way you put it. They just look more fluid this game on every aspect. It was the best tune-up game possible, and I mean the defense. We said enough about the defense last week, right? Like that was the positive for me last week. The defense, and this week they showed out again. Here we go again.
Yep.
And then it's LSMs, right? On clears, everything, every facet of the defense played really good.
Yeah. So I wanted to see how the 2 goals were scored against us because letting in only 2 goals is a big deal, right? Like that doesn't happen very often. But then I was like, all right, let's look at what those 2 goals were and assess those. So one of them, Bogue was covering the guy and got beat.
Yep.
All right,
which is going to happen.
Mainly an offensive midfielder. He's getting some run at D, maybe to get some experience. So if he needs to play back, he can. He got beat. All right, cool. That one's a wash. Second one was an unsettled situation. A guy fell, kind of threw the ball as 3 of our defenders were going for it at the ground. It rolled to one of their players who kind of was open and went towards the cage and shot and scored. So like
Right.
there was only one legitimate of the two was a legitimate 6-on-6, and it was against an offensive midfielder. Like, so our defense like straight up shut them down. Like, and Jimmy made some great saves too, like a couple right on the doorstep. Like I think that might have been the best game he's played in the year and 2 games that
Yeah. I think so. How did Cam say it in our group chat? Cam said Jimmy breakout year. Still, it was just the way he worded it. Where his Jimmy breakout prediction is still intact, and I mean, there's not really anything negative, right? Like I want to come in and say like, oh, they could have done this, and we're gonna. I'm saving the biggest positive. Obviously, people can kind of figure out what's going to be the last thing that I'm going to talk about, which is the 20 goals that I didn't think they would put up. And I'll just be when it was 10 and a half, I was like, if they don't put up 20, that's a disappointment. I'll just also say it that way.
Yeah. I will say too that I guess if we're being nitpicky and critical, like when
walk this one yourself so they can clip that and get you ready.
When they got chippy, we were chippy with them.
Yeah.
We almost like stooped to their level.
Yep.
Because there was like 4 of those 1-minute non-releasables where both teams went out, which I've never seen like that before either. And like, I thought the ref group was a little under par, but anyways, or subpar, whatever. Anyways, but yeah, like that, if I'm being nitpicky, like that's it. But overall, like there's not really a whole lot negative to talk about after. Like I expected us to put up maybe 15, 16, maybe, but like I also thought that they'd put up 8, 9, 10. Like I think I had said 18, 10. And it was just it was not what I expected. I was pleasantly surprised. And add in Bear was out.
Yeah.
So then we had some lineup shifts, right? So
Bear
was out, and they said it's illness, so hopefully he's ready for Monday. Or
rest
Monday
illness.
Friday.
Let's play the rest illness game. Let's play the I hate to say it that way. I don't want to even speculate about that. That is just pure guess on my part. I'll just flat out say it that way.
But then like with him out, we moved some pieces around and we still had plenty of depth to do fine, do fine, right? Like so Bear was out, Leo moved down, and he started attack. So then your starters were Roa, McCarthy, and then Bogue moved up to the first line.
Yep.
Which he only put in 1 goal, but I thought he played very well again, considering it's only his second game.
Moving the ball consistently, just playing in his game. Not
hard dodging. He's a threat. And then your second line was Hoddle, which that step down goal, Brian, I have another group chat with Brian and Alex, and Brian's point was that was a shot with confidence.
Yep.
Like he's playing with confidence right now. He has some swagger. He's not like, he doesn't care that he's 5'7". He's going to shoot the piss out of the ball.
Yeah.
Like he's going to do his thing. He's going to beat guys because he's fast as hell. Like,
I was laughing looking at the cumulative stats because I think it's fair. I'm not the big. How do I say this the wrong way? I don't think his size fits lacrosse. I'll just say it. That's the nicest way I can say it without. But I was pleasantly surprised to see it was number 2 on points for this year.
Yep.
That's how I'll say it.
You could argue right now he's potentially our best midfielder.
Yeah.
And that's not a knock on Leo. And partially he hasn't played midfield the whole time. He played a game at attack, so you got to judge him differently. But
I'm tiptoeing around. I'm not trying to criticize him. I didn't think we'd get this production. That's how I'll say it. I didn't think he'd be. I mean, he had. I think they said 3 last year. All year. So now we're approaching that. Okay, is that second midfield production that we've always asked for, that everybody wants? Here it is.
I just looked it up. He had total last year. He had 12 points.
Yeah, and he has 7. I think he
has 5 now. So he's already almost halfway there in 2 games.
Yeah. Well, but like you said, right? whether it's March, whether it's Gary, they put him in a better spot to play this year. Like that's the easiest way to say it. Like he's better off being the second midfielder.
Yep.
And he can go against the backups.
If you look at the guys that in a normal line, so his normal line is him, McEntee, and Bogue, right? Like so they are the bigger two-way dodging kind of guy. So he's a great complement to that, like that lineup. So it's what they're doing with their lineups is I think they're doing a good job. With Bogue moving up, then Charlie Crafton moved into the second line, which I loved to see because I really liked his performance in the fall. So I'm glad that he's getting some time and to know that he's like the next one up if an injury does go down. And that was the other thing too, is I think we had 4 guys with their first career goal, which can we also say, I think it is the coolest thing that like, whether it's Joey, whether it's Finn, whoever it is that's out there, they instantly go grab that ball out of the goal and save it for that player.
I love that. That shows the team unity right there for me.
It's so cool. Like when I think it was Rawson scored his first, you see Joey just sprint to the cage and grab that ball. And I'm like, that's such a cool thing. But so that was the other thing I love to see too is so McEntee, he had plenty of shots the first game. He had a bunch of shots this game, but then he finally broke through at the end of the game and scored that first goal. And I'm hoping with him, with Crafton had a goal at the end of the game. Rawson had 2. Like, I hope that's like a start of like a snowball, like open the floodgates kind of thing for those guys that are starting to get their stroke, because if we want to make a championship run, we need players like that. To contribute. Like we can't just rely on Joey, Finn, Leo, and Roa, right? Like we've got to have more around them. So
I was gonna say the other, you can probably look this up as I'm doing this probably faster than I can because my laptop will magically want to freeze if I go to look this up. Can you look up the man up for last week?
We went 0-4.
There you go. There's your answer. You know what this week was?
4-for-4.
Yeah. Like that's the other thing. Jeb gets his goal, right? Like we saw that. Like, and they moved the ball. That's the other thing that I saw this week. The rustiness was gone on the offensive side. It was gone up on the man up side, right? We saw the ball moving crisp. We saw it all.
Finn finished like crazy.
Yeah, and Finn finished tougher goals this week than the ones that he missed. I was gonna say the Joey behind the back, running around the back of the crease to Finn with like the side arm. I can't even twist my arms the way he twisted his arms to.
Oh yeah, the twister. Well, then in Joey did it twice where he's running to his right and just flipped it backwards the other direction to Finn, and then the one where then Finn buried it behind the back. I was like, Jesus Christ, guys, what are we doing here? It's ridiculous. Like. Right. But like that's that Canadian style that this team thrives off of. And you saw that with Rawson with his couple goals, right? Like with the bing bang boom movement of in and out and back in and then shot and finish, right? So it's Joey had a 8/9 point game, depending on if you look at IL versus SU's stat lines.
Right.
So that puts him. I did this tracker last week and I forgot to mention it, but that puts him at 260. So he's 47 away.
Okay. So we're looking. I don't want to play this game. It'd be ironic if he does it on the Desco.
The Virginia game, that would be sick.
Yeah. Or senior day.
I almost want to message John Stark, but I don't think it literally will mean nothing to him. But I'm like, we got to go with the retro setup for the Virginia game.
It has to be. It has to be.
Opponent.
Yep.
You've got Desco getting retired, or the Ring of Honor, not retired, the Ring of Honor. And then you got alumni weekend. Why not go with those early 2000s kits that they did in like 2011?
It would be
whatever.
There's a person who I will send this to after that will be screaming at you. And I will send the text message that I get because he loves the retro McCumbee. I can say it. he gets very upset when they wear them because they play like crap every
Yes,
time
I
they
say
wear
they usually
them.
don't play well though, so that's the hard
Like
part.
that's the nicest way I can say it. I might have to actually send this to him and just say, hey, this guy wants retros, because he'll get a good chuckle out of it. But like, ideally, yes, that's what I want.
It's the perfect time to do it.
Yeah,
right.
if you're gonna bust out the retros, bust them out for that. Or I don't know when else you bust them out. We're not gonna do. I'm not Stick Talk. That's all I'm gonna say. That's my one shot at them. I don't do the uniform stuff. I'm not good at it. I'm terrible because
That's so funny.
you know this. What they think is great, and I don't mean this. I think it's terrible sometimes, and they're much better at analyzing that than I ever will be.
Yeah. One of the points that you made earlier that stuck out that I didn't get a chance to not counterpoint, but add to is, so you mentioned last week we had the rust, right?
Yeah.
I think this week showed us where SU had the advantage of being in the dome.
Yep.
Because St. Joe's was supposed to play last weekend, and that would have been their like get the rust off kind of game.
Right.
They didn't get to play. So I think that really played to our advantage that we had a game under our belt and they hadn't played yet. Because I mean, they looked all out of sorts.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways. So
another note that I just looked up, the attendance was about 4,500. So pretty consistent with the first game.
And you'd expect to be a little less. It's a lesser opponent. It's also it was negative degrees out. Like it was -2 when I walked up to go into the dome.
I don't want to do this. 25. I don't want to do this. Okay. I don't want to do this talk because I'm gonna stand up on my pedestal. Yeah. We're not gonna do that. I will just say it was cold. That's the nicest way I can say that. Here's the thing, like here's where my brain goes though. If you get 4,500 for St. Joe's, I think your brain is the same way with mine, attendance wise, fan wise. 10K. That's all I'm going to say for Friday.
You got to break 10K Friday.
I'm just going to say it that way because I've already seen stuff out, more advertisement than I ever have from the lacrosse team. I'll just say it that. Like, I think you reposted it. I reposted it. I saw the Syracuse Clubs heavyweight battle. I love that. Do it. Do the women's. Advertise the crap out of that so you get people that go from the women's, the men's.
Yep.
Maybe I don't want to say it this way towards the women's fans that are watching, but maybe some of the men's fans go there, right? And then get there early. Yeah. They'll probably clear out the dome. They'll probably do their usual, okay, go outside for 2 minutes. We'll be change everything over, but that's a debate for another day. I think they're doing a better job by advertising. I know I said last week they do a terrible job, and that's my criticism for the university.
Yeah.
They've been promoting it. I'll just give them credit. I've seen it all day today. Everybody's been talking about it. I got talked to about it by my coworkers, which is very rare. And there's a bunch of Syracuse people there that.
Well, I think the thing that helps with advertising too is, so we moved up to number 2 this week in Inside Lacrosse's poll. So now it's officially a 1-2 matchup. And there's part of me that wonders if they were purposeful with that, because that helps lacrosse, Inside Lacrosse, push some stories and narratives there too, So, but not saying that we don't deserve it, but it helps with media to be like, oh, now we have this thing to advertise. And you're going to get the high profile commentators like Anish and Quint and Kark are going to be there.
I was going to say, I would assume that's the crew.
Yep. The main crew there is going to be there, which I love because then you got the alums.
I'm going to do my one nitpick that I just saw.
Yep.
Why is it on the ACC network?
Yeah. Yeah, it should be on ESPN.
I don't even want. I'm not going to do this. A lot of people don't have the ACC network. Let's just call it what it is.
Well, that just means even more you got to go.
Right. Yeah. That's the positive, right? It's gonna push and it's gonna be 30, I think, something. It's gonna be that's the temp, right? Somewhere around there during the day, I hope.
Yep.
But like put it on ESPNU. Give me ESPN Plus. Give me something that if you want the sport to grow, and I'm not saying it hasn't, obviously, you got to put it on something else. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. That's a nitpick. Just.
And I know it's a Friday night game, whatever, but show up, people.
Yeah.
That's a game where the crowd can be a factor, you know?
Yep.
Like, so one more point I'll make about St. Joe's, and we can like officially move on to looking at some more details about
You're
Friday,
saying we
but-
can burn the boats? That's what I'm gonna we're gonna start burning the boats here because I mean that's the right way. Go ahead.
So one of the things going into this game was, teams only cleared at 72% against St. Joe's. Their 10-man ride is this tenacious thing. Blah, blah, blah. I know they've got rangy, long defenders, but they clearly missed Levi Virch,
Yeah.
the guy who their LSM who now plays for the Chaos, because he must have just been all sorts of disruptive in the middle of the field last year. Because I thought BU's 10-man ride was more like was harder than this one.
Yep.
And I don't know if that was just part of it was we had a game under our belt now too. I'm sure all that played in a factor, but like either way, it was.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
It didn't seem as tenacious as last week's.
I'm gonna nitpick their defense a little bit when I say it this way. Even their defense on the 6-on-6, right? Like I heard about the 6'7" defenders, and I'm like, oh great, the rangy defender that can stay with Joey, and then you see him just sagging off, and I'm not listen, I'm not a coach. I'm not gonna play this game, Matt. You know we joke about it, but like I don't know whose game plan it was to sag off any of the attackmen because you could see it, and they were sagging off them, and then Joey's quick hands are quick enough to turn and shoot.
Yep.
And good luck. That's all I'm going to tell you. If you want to play that game, good luck.
Almost all of his goals were identical.
Right.
Yeah. Where he come off a pick, he didn't cut.
Same spot, same thing. And they clearly saw. Yeah. And I have to give credit to whoever spotted it because they clearly saw early which side to shoot to. And they were just peppering the net on the right-hand side.
Every time.
Yep. And I don't know, that's a coaching thing. That's a tendency. I'm not smart enough to do that. That's why I'm not a coach. That's why I don't care enough about that. But like, even the ACC, I'm assuming they were SU students, were even noticing that in the broadcast.
Yeah.
Or just pointing it out constantly. The
Tommy
one last thing.
Performance was gross.
Yeah. The one last thing, Jack did get another question in at the presser. So we have to, obviously, because he isn't here. He did send some notes, but we pretty much
covered it. Yeah.
You could tell me if I'm wrong. I think we pretty much covered 90% of it. He did get another question in. It looks like he's going to get a question every game. That's what
I love that.
I love that.
Not afraid to get in there and muck it up.
I give Jack his praise, but he is a college student tonight. That's how I'm going to phrase it. I think that's a fair way to put it.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, and like the thing I like is that Jack's asking good questions too.
Yeah,
like, it's not just like a dumb young Newhouse kid question. Like it was actually a legitimately good question. So
I think about it when he texted us and said, "What do you want me to ask the first game?" I was like, I had 6 things typed. I swear I erased every single one of them because I'm like, okay, that sounds really dumb. I'm not like I don't even remember, but I was like typing, and I think he's still taking submissions just for people watching. I think he's still doing the submissions thing. He could tell me if I'm wrong. I think if you message the show on Twitter, Jack will try and get those questions. That's what I can tell you. But yeah, I texted him and I started typing and I was like, oh, that sounds really dumb. That's the most basic lacrosse fan question because it was like, what did you think about the crowd? Or you know what I mean? Like, what was, because I wanted to ask about that. right?
Yeah.
Because but Gary would have spun it in a positive way. I know that. I'm not stupid.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, you know what? I don't want to hear about the crowd. I don't give two craps about the dead crowd. I just hope that it's not like a funeral this week. That's how I'm going to say it. That's the nicest way I'm going to say it. And
There was
when
a little
Matt
bit more
stands up,
energy this past week too
okay.
for less people. It was,
Hey, they showed the crowd celebrating on the broadcast. That's my
Yeah.
positive.
Yeah.
Like they didn't look like they were sleeping. Sorry. Is there anything else from St. Joe's? Anything that you can?
let me check my notes just to double check here.
Yeah.
Got that. Oh, the thing I noticed too on the face-off wings, the guys who were playing on the wings, it was a good
Mhm.
mix. It was McCarthy, Bogue, McEntee, and Hoddle, which was cool. Wheelam had 10 turnovers, so that's a good number. That's kind of where you end up right around where you want to be. Because you're naturally going to have. We had 7 caused turnovers too, so that was cool.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I'm
I
good.
noticed.
Great week.
The one other thing I can think of, if I'm going to be a nitpick here, is their clears. Just, I don't want to do this, but causing turnovers on the clears for them. That's all I'm going to say. It's just a general thought. Like, just
What do you mean by that? Like,
so I think
our ride. You mean our ride?
Yeah, our ride on the other side. Like, just, and it's not even that they were active or inactive. It's just, it's the way lacrosse goes. That's the way that I'm going to say it. But that's my nitpick. If I'm going to nitpick, I think they were perfect on theirs, or they were close to perfect on theirs. So
Yeah.
I'm not going
I
to
did like there was a couple plays. One was by McEntee and one was by Jake.
Yeah.
Where they had cleared it and then they didn't see us coming, and like we sold out and
Right.
checked their stick and they lost the ball. So like they technically got it clear, but then we got the
Yeah,
ball.
I was just gonna say that's what
after
that was my quote nitpick. But once they got across the midfield, like you said, you saw them coming from behind, and we could see, and you could see it on the broadcast. You could see it everywhere. There was no communication from their side. I'm just gonna say it that way.
Kaczynski got one too, and that's what led to his assist to Finn on the fast break the other way too. And our LSMs played great.
Yeah, I mean everybody like.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Ippoliti, like I loved seeing him get minutes. Filardi got in. We should mention that. Filardi and who are the other ones? Jake Meyer got in some time, which was weird to see.
Olnick
77 not be a short, stocky guy.
Yep. Olnick got a face-off. Olnick took 2 face-offs, so that was also good.
Another freshman, Harry Behan, I think is how you say his name, and Dylan Seguider got some time in too. Like so, and Seguider mainly plays man down, but he got some run down low. Ippoliti played great. He didn't let in any, so
I think the other point I just thought of that Jack made, and we've kind of said it, but Jack had said something about getting the young guys reps, and this was the week to do it, and they did it. Like that's
exactly
the nicest way I can say that without diving into a 5-minute rant about how our freshmen have played more this year than in 70 years past. It feels like that's what let's switch to Friday.
Yep. So 1-2 matchup.
Yep.
Did you look at any of their stats from this weekend?
I did not.
So they played Loyola on Saturday. It got moved indoors.
I'm gonna look it up on there while you keep talking. I'm gonna pull it up right now just so I have it.
The thing that stuck out to me the most is that they scored 19 goals.
Yeah.
Which is not a typical Maryland thing. Like they want to beat you 9-8, 10-8.
Yep.
8-7. They like Tillman is a mathematician. Like he wants to methodically beat you, do certain things, and I think those 2 Yale boys have really like lit the fire in that team in terms of like offensive movement and efficiency. Like they combined, the 2 Yale boys combined for 9 goals. So like half their goals were from those 2, which is insane. Because like, So take those away. That's a 10-10 game,
Right.
right? Like,
And
so,
then the other thing I'm just looking at it is the 8 to 1/3. There you go. That's the difference.
Yeah.
Like that's
because it was close before that.
it was 6-4.
Yeah.
6-4.
So
and then
and
go ahead.
Dodge went 12 of 16 on faceoffs.
Yep.
And then Rupel had 10 saves, 8 goals against, and was 56%.
Yep.
So that's the thing that I'm most intrigued about for Friday is what kind of game are we going to get? Because
100%.
if it's a run and gun game, like if their offense makes it so that it's a run and gun game, I think that works out better for us.
Mm-hmm.
Because and I was talking to one of my coworkers today, and you're gonna pick on me because I'm gonna relate it back to when I coached at Oneonta, right?
That's you're the coach here. I'm just the person that knows nothing that people tell me about every time I post an episode.
So when I coached at Oneonta, Oneonta's in the SUNYAC, so it's like Cortland, Brockport, Geneseo, Cortland, Oneonta, Potsdam, and Plattsburgh. It's changed a little bit since I coached there, and the biggest thing was no one could ever beat Cortland, and they would
go
just
Leland.
go 6-0.
Go Leland, go Leland, go.
And they would then win the SUNYAC.
Yeah.
It was like however many years in a row, except for I think one exception, they just win every game. And so of the 3 years I coached there, on paper, we were comparative to them.
Yeah.
But then we'd get out there and play and we'd lose 22-9.
Yeah.
Right. Like it was just this in our head of like, we can't beat these guys. They're the big brother kind of thing. And I hope that that's not the case of where this team is at with Maryland, because it's been so long since we have beat them.
What is it? 9 straight?
Yeah. Since 2009 was the last time we beat them.
Yeah.
So it's been a while, but it's like, this is like the Achilles heel still of this team, right? Like we made it championship weekend. We got over that hump, but then we still didn't beat Maryland, right? Like, so this is the last kind of monkey to get off this team's back. And I like going into this game, I'm feeling very confident about this team.
Right.
But we just got to make sure, I think that some of the biggest keys is limiting mistakes, because whether they come out and are a run and gun team or not, they can slow it down and muck it up. And then if we make mistakes and get behind, then we're going to run into Memorial Day weekend all over again.
Yeah. So looking at it from 1,000 feet away, if for instance, I'll use their game against Loyola as the example. If I go in 6-6, I'm happy. That's how I'm going to phrase it. Like you just can't be down against Maryland.
Yeah.
Because they will slow the ball down, like you just said. They will muck it up. They will kill your shot clock. They will drop it down. They'll play the Princeton style basketball. That's how I'm going to phrase it to people.
Yeah.
Who understand that reference. They will slow it down so much. You get 2 possessions or you get 3 possessions. Now the end of the quarter.
Yep.
And
then you're feeling more pressure to
and then
more mistakes,
and then Maryland goes on an 8-1 run or whatever, like because that's what they do. I don't know how to beat them, right? Because I think you're right. If you play the run game, that's what you want. If you're Syracuse, you want the run game. You want the up and down. We saw these first 2 games; they have the horses to run. That's how I'm going to say it. I don't know. Go ahead.
It's going to come down to that face-off matchup, I think.
Yeah. Like I'm only gritting my teeth because if Dodge gets Johnny on a couple penalties early, Johnny gets very tentative, and it's the way Johnny plays. If I'm not calling out the refs, this isn't one of those, but like the refs delay it so much now, and I've seen it the first couple of games, the delay to set.
Yep.
Johnny can't have 3 penalties. I'll just phrase it that way. Like, I'm not even saying the whole game. I'm saying the first half, because if Dodge gets on him early, then Dodge gets Angelo, and then I like Angelo. He obviously played good against St. Joe's. Like, I'm not laughing, but it's funny in a way.
Yeah.
Played good against St. Joe's, but you don't want Angelo going against Dodge. That's how I'm going to say it.
Yeah. Yep.
I
think last year did we play Vermont last year?
It was somebody's
I'm gonna look that up.
Tim, if you're still listening, tell Matt and I where we're wrong. Go ahead. I know there's a chance he might be. I don't know that for sure.
I'm pretty sure we played Vermont last year. Yeah, let's see. So if we look at last year, yeah, Tim, you're correct. So Tim said you have to get them to play from behind because then they force it. So let's see. So last year, Mullen went against Dodge. Dodge went 12 of 18, and Mullen went 8 of 16.
Yeah.
So yeah, we did not win the face-off matchup last year against Vermont. We went 9 of 21, and they went 12 of 21. So it was right about 50%, pretty close to 50-50.
Yeah, which you can't have. I'm just going to say it that way. You need Johnny probably 65. I'll say it's 65-35 is what you need Johnny at minimum for this game.
Well, and so Rachuza took 5 faceoffs last year and went 1 for 5 too. So that's
so if somebody is going to clip this and send this to Angelo, and I don't mean it this way. If Rachuza can win 1, Drew, I need 2. That's how I'm going to say it. I need to. Like, I hate to do this, but and it's not a knock on Rachuza. That is just Maryland is good at everything, and that's the nicest thing I can say about Maryland this week. I need Drew to win at least 2. That's how I'm going to say it.
Yeah.
And then you got Spanos also putting in 2 for them. So my question for you is, you're on the defensive side. Are you which side did you coach on at Oneonta?
Offense. No.
Okay. So you're on the offensive side.
Yeah.
Which part of Maryland are you attacking? Just hypothetical, of course.
I think what we need to do is almost like what we did with Joey against Sean Light.
Yep.
Because Will Shaler it kills me every time.
I set you up for that one. I just want you to know. Yeah.
He's a very capable one-on-one defender, right? And he's matched up well against Joey in the past. Mm-hmm. So I think playing the off-ball role, I think he's going to be better suited for that. But then, like, this 6'7" kid he just went up against, and granted, he's not Will Shaler, but like,
yeah.
You know, like,
what's his last name again? Maryland kid.
I hate you so much.
Sorry.
I don't know. I think I don't know where Johnson and Lyons played on Saturday. I would guess one of them had to play attack. I don't know which one.
I don't. Will they have it in their box? They might.
Yeah. Let me see here.
I'm looking at the same thing. There's going to be Tim watches everything. So Tim, if you get it before us, don't say a word.
Just sit here silently, folks. While
we pick it up. Yeah.
But like that. So, you've got Spanos and Urksa, and then I want to see who the third attackman is, because then it's like, all right, who do you match up with who, right? Like that's
right. Is it?
Hard. I would assume that you're going to put Dwan on Spanos because Spanos is the big boy, right? Like,
yep.
So then, let's see,
I'm going to butcher everything. So
it doesn't say positions, it just literally says their numbers. Even their website sucks.
I'm on their website, and yes, there will be some person that
positions listed. So I have to guess that Johnson played down low, but I don't know.
Yeah.
So one of the three or one of the two Yale boys played down low with Urksa. And
Yep.
Spanos,
Let's just
right?
call it. Let's say one.
So, I mean, you're probably going to put Dwan on Spanos, right? I would guess you're going to put, especially given the first game where Urksa was mainly the distributor, you're going to put Beck on Urksa, and then you're going to put Figueres on Johnson or Lyons, whoever the other, whoever of those two played attack.
Yep, and I think.
And then,
go ahead.
I was going to say, and then whoever the LSM is going to be on the other of the two Yale boys.
Yep.
So
the only adjustment I'd make, and it's more of a in-game schematic, all that fun game, is if Urksa starts putting up points on Beck, I'd move Figueres over and flip flop the two and let Beck. You're not going to beat all of them. We all can play this game. You're not going to shut them all down, but you want to limit Urksa if he's distributing, switch and then play that game. Obviously, I'm not a coach. I am terrible. There's a reason I am not coaching. There's a reason you're not coaching. There's a reason you're playing in the adult league, playing attack. Sorry, I had to get my one shot in at you. But I
see, it's funny because they're both just listed as attack on the website too. So it doesn't even say. Okay, not helpful. Maryland, your website sucks. Just like
we need to know somebody on Maryland. We need that link. Tim, what position do they play? Tim, I know you watch it because I know you have nothing else to do. What did Maryland come out as their starting 9, if you know off the top of your head? I know he did. I'm sure he's gonna message me and say Matt loves Maryland in 2 seconds. So I wish you know who would know, but he won't answer us right now. That's the sad part.
Let me see if Googs was.
That's the name I was actually thinking of. We're gonna do this on the fly. Matt's in episode research. This is my new segment. Matt's in episode research.
I just tagged him in the Stick Talk group chat. Let's see if he. But it's one of the two of them, right? Like there's.
Yeah, we're gonna play this game
because if you look at the rest of the production. I would guess that the rest of your midfield has got to be Ford and Stoba.
Yep.
Like you say his name. With the second Yale kid. Yeah, Spanos, Urksa, Leo, Johnson. Yeah.
That's what you got?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I would assume Figueres is going to be on Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
And then Beck's going to be on Urksa, and Spanos. Dwan's going to cover Spanos, and then the LSM will cover Chris Lyons.
Mm-hmm.
So
here's my other defensive question, and then I want to focus more on the offensive side for Syracuse, obviously, because neither of us are good at defense. Let's just call it what it is.
That's why we need Brian here.
Yeah, I know. West Coast. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to give my little shots in at Brian because he's not good. He'll watch this later. I'll get a text. It's okay. I want to ask it the right way. What are the chances we see a zone just to mix it up against Maryland? That's the way that I'll ask it.
Yeah, you might.
Like,
you never know. I mean, like throw those wrinkles in when they really need it. You know.
I think you might see it this week. I think this is the week you're going to do it. It's like. You give them a week to prepare. They prepare for the man, and you hope that they don't prepare for the zone. I guess that's the way that you play it if you're Oderno. I know I know that's not the right way. There's some wrinkle that Syracuse is going to have to throw in. I hate to say it, have to but some wrinkle. Urksa, Johnson, and Lyons. So you got. There's your answer.
Yep.
And Matt's gonna send his text back and say, "I got a completely different answer from somebody on the YouTube." And one of those guys is gonna beat you. Like we can play this game, they're gonna shut him down. They're gonna shut him down. One of those guys is gonna beat you. I guess it becomes I think I want Ursa to beat me. That's what I think I want.
Yeah.
If I have to choose like the one guy,
Yeah.
and then it becomes okay, do I keep Beck on him and let him get his points? If I could shut down Lions or Johnson, we could play this game. If
Like the Hydra, you cut off one head and 2 more.
yeah, and
do
just
the best you can.
yeah, like
Yep.
And then on the offensive side, they've seen it, they've played the game. See, now my expectations for Wild Huddle are about to go through the roof when I say it this way. I need at least one from Wyatt. That's my like low ceiling.
Yeah.
I need at least one, probably 2 or 3 points, I'd say. Minimum.
This is a game too where we need like if Bear, whoever the third attackman is, right? Like
yeah,
we need
hypothetically Bear. Let's throw Bear because given everything I've heard and everything that we can refer to, I think Bear's a go on Friday. So was he suited at all? Or was he in?
I don't even remember seeing him.
So probably not.
He could have legitimately been like home in his room sick.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. I'm not speculating saying he wasn't hurt by or injured by or sick, by the way. I'm just saying teams do that in the NFL all the time and they're literally on the sideline and fully dressed. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. I don't remember seeing him, but I also didn't look. So
okay. See, I'm putting you on the spot. I'm testing if you really watched the whole game. I'm doing this. Offensive side of the ball. Who is the one guy that you need that hasn't produced these 2 games that you need him to have a big game? And all of them have produced, right? We could play that game. I'm saying like
Matt McEntee.
Okay, there you go. There's your guy. You're gonna stick by that one, aren't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. I like him a lot.
I'm gonna give you a name that shouldn't shock you. Bogan. He comes from Maryland. This is that game that he circles. Maryland didn't recruit me. They probably did. I'm not saying they didn't. Once again, if his parents and him are listening, I know they probably recruited you. But
his dad's a legend at Maryland, so I had no idea. But I don't know anything about Maryland lacrosse, so
I don't know anything. And Googs is probably going to see this part and text you about that. But I'd circle it if I was him, and I'd just say, "This is why I should prove that I should have been recruited over Lions, over you. You could play this game like not that, but that's I think where you're at. Like you got to prove it. I think this is a prove it game for Bogue, and I mean it's his coming out party in a sense, right? He's played well.
Yeah.
If he throws up a 5-pointer, let's just call it what like.
Yep.
Everybody outside of Syracuse starts to watch him. That's the way that I'm going to say it because people in Syracuse know how good he is, I think. But then again, we have people in Syracuse who think Joey is overrated. So we'll see what the
you can't talk to anyone.
They said it during the commentary. That's all I'm going to say. They mentioned it a couple times during the commentary.
Yep.
Final thoughts, because I'm running out of steam, and I can tell that you're running out of steam. Usually, Jack carries us with this one. Jack's got a couple thoughts that get us going.
Yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah,
I can see like a 14-12.
Okay,
14-13 kind of game. Hopefully, and hopefully we come out on top. And it's another thing I was talking with my coworker. Like we win. I think ultimately you want to win every game, right? But if we win one of this or Princeton, like that's you got to win at least one of those two, right? Like if you want to be taken seriously, if you want to get your resume beefed up enough so that you are going to be in the tournament, like it already starts now, right? Like you can't. And if anything, the team that, like I said, this is the last thing this group needs to get off their back.
Yeah.
So then it's like, all right, we've done like this. Every other team they've beat at some point, right? Like So it's like, all right, we just gotta because there's a chance that we also face them again in May.
Yep. And the bedlam that would ensue if they win. Holy cow.
Yep.
We're gonna
if we win, I'm going to be insufferable for the whole week.
We might effort a reporter if this happens. I think you know what I'm referring to. I hope you do. We might effort. I think that's fair, okay. Right? Yeah. Sure. If that happens, because I'm curious to get the media.
Yeah.
Right? Like, because I think possibly regardless, we might effort that person or people. I have another option for that one as well.
Okay.
I think I'm curious, right? Because we always play this game, Syracuse fans' perspective versus media perspective.
Yeah.
I'm very curious, no matter what the outcome is, let's hypothetically a win. I'm very curious what the Syracuse media says.
Yeah.
That's how I'll say it. Like, because my expectations, your expectations are going to shoot through the roof if they win. And I already know how that's going to be.
Yeah.
And Goose, stay off Twitter. That's all I'm going to tell you next week if Syracuse wins, because Matt is going to go on a rampage.
I'll give him a hard time for sure.
But like, I can also tell you this, Matt, and I know this. If Maryland does win, Googs will be insufferable for the next week about that.
Yep.
I've got Syracuse winning. I think in our season, I had them winning this, so I'm going to stick with that.
Okay.
I'm going to go with a shootout way, though. So I'll say shootout in a sense. I'll go 15-12.
Okay.
So I think we're right around the same number once again, which is scary, and I don't like that. So it's gonna be 9-5 or something stupid. That's gonna piss both of us off. Yeah. I don't know. I'm good. I have nothing. My brain is.
This is the first big. I mean, you've started off the season with not cakes, right? Not cakewalks, but now we're into it, boys. And time to, for lack of better words, nut up or shut up, And it'll be interesting to see, like you said, what the narratives are coming out of the game, because let's say we win, right? But Joey only puts up a goal and an assist, right?
Yeah.
For hypothetical purposes, people are like, see, he can't produce against big teams.
Yeah,
like that's going to be the So yeah, we'll see what happens. And a couple other side notes unrelated, since I'm bringing up the Spalinas. I know she doesn't play for SU, but shout out Alexis Spalina for her first game on Saturday. She crushed it and had 2 goals and 5 assists. Not bad for a first game for a freshman.
I'm not going to repost that, Tim. I can't post that. They already hate me.
I said to somebody, I wouldn't be surprised if she put up 10 points in her first game, and she damn well almost did.
Oh, yeah. Listen, I'm just going to say he was sponsored by the Spalinas and told to say that. I have a text message that says,
and then the last thing I want to say before we leave, I was actually interviewed by Brent Axe about Joey and
that's right. I forgot about this.
Max's relationship with Joey, which I thought was really cool. I'm really excited that article is going to come out hopefully Friday. It was supposed to come out this past week, but it got delayed. So hopefully this Friday it's out. If it does come out, we'll share it on socials, but pretty excited about that. Max was really excited about it, that he was going to be featured in an article about Joey.
And if you bring it to the game, Matt will sign his picture. I'll just tell you that. I don't know if you have the picture, so you could. I don't know if that I
did send Brent some pictures. I don't know if he's going to include them or not, but yeah. So that was cool.
Just one final note, as we talked about earlier, the women's game is at 2:30 on Friday. So obviously, if you can, it was pointed out to me. I'm sure she's listening right now. It was pointed out to go support the women, so I will echo that statement.
Yeah.
They
had a tough loss on Friday.
Obviously, if possible,
they had a tough loss this past weekend, but first game, new system, new coach.
I'm sure Reggie will get it fine tuned and they'll figure it out.
I'm sure, knowing Reggie like I know Reggie, that there was a big conversation after. That's all I'm gonna say. And not a negative one. That's all.
Yeah, just figuring out ways to improve what they're working on, and it's not going to get any easier because they're playing North Carolina and they're
I was gonna
best
say
team in the country, so they're
Like-
in the same boat as the men, where they're just freaking trial by fire. So
and I'm gonna message you about getting somebody on about the women. Actually, I have an idea.
we were supposed to do a season preview, we never did.
Yeah, I know, and the person I'm thinking of probably would do it, but we'll talk about that in a couple minutes. I think I'm good.
Yeah, that's good. Go Orange! Hopefully, folks come out Friday.
Yeah,
We're
I was gonna say
people there to help support.
That's stand up, be loud, and yell at Matt when he stands up. That's how I'm gonna end it that way.
All right,
and go orange.